Destiny's mom hit you. Yes. Yes. It was it's not even just like she hit me, like she attacked me. And, you know, this is something that like I obviously never told YouTube because I feel like there are certain things that you keep off of the internet. And there's a lot of personal things that Destiny has shared. And I don't think that's okay because I haven't shared anything personal that I've shared about Destiny, especially while in a relationship with her. I got permission. Um, I was not disrespecting her mom. I could actually tell you guys the whole story of what happened if you would like me to. And I know people are going to choose to believe the more entertaining story, the side that makes me look like the bad guy, which it's totally fine. But I feel like because this whole situation has been so heavy, I feel like it's only like it's important that I also get my side out. And I do want to say, even before I share this story, that me and Destiny's mom, her name is Mendy, so I'm going to say her name. Me and Mendy got really, really close after me and Destiny broke up. And, she wanted me to move in with her and she loved me as her daughter. Like something that really like hit home for me is like Destiny found after Mendy passed away, Destiny found a video on Mendy's phone, like a private video that she took saying how like I'm like a daughter to her. And y'all, my heart like literally broke. And so the story I am about to tell you, very much in the past, very much like it's something that I healed from, but now I feel like these things are coming back and I'm feeling like re-triggered, like the trauma is happening all over again. And it has been really, really freaking hard. But the situation where her mom did get violent with me, it I feel like there needs to be a little bit of backstory. Destiny has been very open about her mom being an alcoholic, so it's not something that I am just saying because, like I said, I'm not going to say anything personal about anyone that either hasn't already been said or isn't about me because that's not my thing. So, Destiny's mom would drink a lot of alcohol, a lot. And something that everyone around Destiny's mom would notice is that when she would do that, she would act. See, I don't want to say anything rude because I love her mom so freaking much. She would just act. See, I can't even. I don't have a word for it, but for the lack of a better word or term, she would take out a lot of her anger on me. And that's something that Destiny noticed, people around her noticed, and I accepted it for a long time. I would ignore it. I would do the best that I could to ignore it. I would leave the room, etc., etc. But there comes a time where someone does want to stick up for themselves. And I tried to stick up for myself a few times. So, this one example was me and Destiny were sitting in the kitchen, the dining room table, and we were talking about work. And this is when we were both training to work at a place called Source HOV, which was data entry, which I absolutely loved. And we had to train for 8 weeks. And this was around maybe like the 7th week or so. I was saying how like I love the job. I enjoy it. It's fun. But I remember saying like YouTube is also important to me and it's something that I would love to do. So if I was weighing out my options and Mendy was in the living room and she heard me and Destiny talk and she got upset with what I was saying. And she was saying how she didn't agree with me doing YouTube and didn't think that I should do it and didn't want me to stay at home and just like gain all this weight and all this stuff. And at the time, because of everything else that had happened with me and Mendy prior to this incident, I felt myself just like my emotions, I exploded and I just started crying. And I said, "This is none of your business." And thinking back now, it's like if none of these like incidences before that would have happened, me and Mindy could have had like a good discussion. We could have sat and we could have talked about it. But I remember because of everything else, it was like the straw that broke the camel's back, or it was like, it was like that one last drop in a cup that just made it overfill and, et cetera, et cetera. So I said, this is kind of like up to me because during that time, me and Destiny were actually looking for a place to live. Because I did not want to stay living there because every night I would come home from work and her mom would be drunk and she would just be irate at everything and anything and she would take it out on me. And several times Destiny and her siblings, they would get very mad at Mindy because of the way that she would act while drinking. So I remember when I said, this isn't up to you, this is up to me, whatever it may be, Mindy got really mad. And she said, "You know what, then I want you to leave." She was like kicking me out. I remember she went all the way upstairs. She started grabbing my perfume. And I think she threw like two down the stairs, two of my perfumes. And I started screaming because it's like I felt so much trauma. This was very much like, wow, okay, so this is how my dad used to act. And I think I was just like, it was so much. And it was all because I was just sitting there with Destiny, like expressing that, like, I get to outweigh, like, do I want to do YouTube or do I want to do this job or do I want to do both? It was such a simple conversation that I was having with my partner. And there was already so much animosity in that home. And I was trying so hard to move and I wanted to move. And long story short, I said something that I can't remember. If Destiny can remember, I would love for her to share that. But I think I blacked out. It felt like I did because the next thing I knew, Mindy was running down the stairs and then she started like literally punching me, slapping me. And I remember falling to the ground and she got a K cup, which was metal and it was pretty big. And she was hitting me over the head with it. I did not touch her. I did not hit her. I did not disrespect her in the way that like, I feel like a lot of people probably thought. It was so many times I would come home and just felt I was terrified to come home. So it was that day when because she was emotionally and mentally abusing me. So it was that day where it became physical, where I said, "Destiny, we need to move." I don't think I've ever found a place to move that quick in my life. So that is when we moved into the townhome. And I didn't care where we moved. We got very lucky with where we moved because I honestly, at that time, that was like the best place I've ever lived. It was like by myself. I was like so proud of myself. So that is why we moved so quickly, is because I was being emotionally, mentally, and physically abused. And I said, I cannot do this anymore because that was my girlfriend's mom. I did not want to disrespect her. And through it all and through everything, me and Mindy were able to mend, for the lack of a better word. We were able to mend our relationship. I was able to heal. She was able to, say sorry. And she was very apologetic for everything that she did, everything that she said. And I wholeheartedly accepted that that was a part of her in the past. And we got really close. Her and I had cancer at the exact same time. And that also bonded us. And when I realized that I could lose her, like, I think that also made me really, really close to her. Things happened in the past that, like, I wanted to stay there and I didn't want anyone to know. People always think that, like, I was using my channel as a way to, like, air everyone's dirt and tell everyone's personal information and just to monetize it. And it was never like that. Anything that I ever shared about Destiny was because she gave me permission, or And Destiny coming on here acting like, "I've never seen any of these videos, like, it's so crazy, like, why would she say some of these things?" Like, it's just straight up lies. And it's just like, I am here to admit anything that I did. Like, Destiny saying that I didn't shower while living with her mom is absolutely 100% her telling the truth. I did not shower while living with her mother because I could not fit in the shower. And it's like for Destiny to come on here and to say that this is her healing while laughing at something as me not being able to fit in the shower, that's not healing. That's being gross. That's being rude. And she knows what that's going to do. That was a part of my life that is like, everyone is going to use that as like, oh my God, that's the grossest thing in the world. Yeah, it was fucking rough. Every single day I had to shower outside of the shower, if that makes sense. Some people call that a whore bath. Some people call that a hoe bath. Some people, whatever. Everyone has a different way of saying it. But that is something that I experienced. And it was because I physically could not. Like, I think I might have shown the bathtub in a vlog, because I did vlog in the bathroom. So you guys can go back and look at those, whatever it may be. But I made sure to stay as clean as possible during that time, and it was fucking hard, it was fucking rough. I only moved to Kentucky for Destiny, and we had, like, no money. We had, like, no money. I made a little bit from YouTube. Um, I started making the most money, like, around the time we moved to the townhome. As soon as I was able to start making money from, the job we started, as soon as I was making money from, YouTube, I used that to move because the situation I was in living there with her mom was mentally and physically just so fucking hard for me, and for Destiny to, like, take this, like, personal stuff and, like, to sit there and, like, laugh about it with thousands of people, like, it goes to show, like, her intentions, and her intentions are not to heal. Her intentions are to monetize situations and things that I went through 7, 8 years ago. A lot of people keep talking about is like, "Well, you monetized your relationship." Every single penny that I've ever made while in a relationship with someone, besides with Feline. Feline's the only person actually. We don't share money. We don't share a bank account. But while with Destiny, while with other people, um, all my money that I made was theirs. Where it's like, this isn't our channel, this is my channel and it's my money. And I've never had my own money. This is literally the first time. And it's so freeing that I like have my money and I have a partner who pays their way. And that's not shade towards anyone. That's just me trying to explain that, like, this whole thing about, like, well, you made all this money, da da da. So did they. So did they. I am able to admit when she's telling the truth, and I am able to admit when she's lying. And when she sits there and says, like, I never asked Amberlynn for money, that is a lie. I have all of the phones that I've ever had. Like, this is the phone that I have now. Any other phone that I've ever had, I literally have them in my closet. I could literally plug them in. I could literally charge the damn thing, and I can go look at text messages because Destiny is a liar. She asked me for money so many times, and every single time that I said no, she would freak the fuck out. She would freak out when I didn't wanna give her money, and she would get mad at me. We wouldn't hang out for weeks on end, months on end, and it's like the only time she wanted to ever be my friend or hang out with me. I'm gonna let you guys know that anytime that you guys ever saw her on my vlog as a friend, it's because I either paid for her gas to come to me, I either Venmoed her money to come to me, I paid for whatever we did, the food, the movies, I paid for everything. If you ever saw us in a restaurant, it's because I paid. If you ever saw us going to the movies, it's because I paid. If you ever saw us at Walmart, it's because I paid. If you ever saw anything, it's because I paid. And yes, I did that willingly because that is the person that I am. So there comes to be, in my opinion, a fine line between, oh, you're using money, you're how did she say it? I hold money over people's heads. I can understand where she is coming from because there was several times where I would, let's say an example, Destiny, we were hanging out, and she said something rude to me. You can even ask Dana. Destiny was towards me on period. She was so rude to me. Like, you can ask Dana. So rude to me all the time. And I would be like, Destiny, why do you disrespect me so much while like we're out to dinner and I'm paying for it? So if that's me holding money above someone's head, then fine. She's right. I did. I just felt so disrespected all the time. And it's like, there comes a time where it's like, you love someone so much, like friendship wise. Like, I've had several friends in my life where it's like, I loved them and cared for them so much that I didn't care how bad they made me feel. You accept the love you think you deserve, whether that be in relationships, whether that be in friendships, it doesn't matter. You accept what you think you deserve. And for a long time, I was only having friendships that they weren't serving me. And Destiny was one of those people. She took my money, she took my happiness, and she just made me feel like shit. She left me like a raisin. Have personal things that I could say about Destiny. One comes to my mind right now that literally tears me to pieces that would make everybody hate her. But I am not that person and I won't be that person. That is why I continue to say, like, I am only here to share my side of the story, the things that happened to me. The fact that Destiny's in the chat is funny. She's obsessed with me. I mean, that just goes to show it. Obviously, I saw clips of Destiny's live stream. Her laughing at the way that I used to smell while saying that that's her way of healing is fucking disgusting. Because I'm going to explain something. If you go back and you listen to what Destiny said, she said that while I was with her, I didn't smell. And then she said that I also did not smell like, okay, this is so embarrassing. I can't even. Okay. Oh, this is hard to talk about. While I had cancer, I bled for 2.5 years and it had, oh my God, this is so fucking triggering. And the fact that my ex thinks it's so fucking funny. Oh, I'm just healing. I'm just healing. I'm laughing about a cancer system, a cancer person's like fucking cancer system. Oh my God, I can't even talk. Symptom. Oh my God, see, I'm like shaking. What I'm trying to say is like one of my symptoms of cancer, I mean, put two and two together. So after that, after I had my hysterectomy, that stopped. Like, I feel like I can't even like say it out loud because it's like so embarrassing. And the fact that my ex is like, I almost feel like obligated, like I have to do this. And it's like so unfair to me. No, I do not have binge eating disorder.